Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Daggett, and I'm here to present myself, or rather, my experiences, as not what I expected. An anomaly, but not really. I have also added my handles on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The definition of anomaly: something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. Synonyms: oddity, peculiarity, abnormality, irregularity, inconsistency, incongruity, quirk, rarity. Anomalies or inconsistencies are rarities. They veer from what is standard or normal. But what is normal? Is that what is expected? Who gets to define what is normal? Life is full of not normal. The definition of normal: conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. Synonyms: usual, standard, ordinary, customary, conventional, habitual, accustomed, or expected. It's not necessarily an anomaly, but more of an "are you kidding me? This is not what I expected." My expectations, depending on the situation or how I'm feeling, range from "that is just beautiful" to "you have got to be kidding me." This all started early, but the fact that I haven't really noticed or rather thought about it until recent events presents itself as a good subject to discuss. I can handle and sometimes expect to hear certain statements like, isn't that interesting? I've never seen that one before. When expectations are met or exceeded, it's all good, but when expectations are less than expected or devastating, this is a WTF moment. I expected that when I called a rather large technical support company and told them when I made a phone call, the call went from me having a conversation to going to speaker and then to FaceTime and hung up, they would be able to tell me this is a normal issue. Instead, I got, that's a new one to me. I expected to have a normal dog that chewed 2 toys and 8 dog treats. Instead, I have a dog that snacked on 35 out of 36 tea lights from IKEA. It was a long drive for a dog snack and an expensive vet visit where I hear, "Wow, I've never seen that one before." My response was, "Right, I know." There are scarier situations when your child winds up in the hospital with a tube down her throat to unkink her intestine. We avoided surgery but never got a definitive answer other than, "I've never seen that. Could be a fluke. Never happened again, but again, are you kidding me?" That same child was fired from her daycare provider with, "I've never had a child that was completely inconsolable, and please don't tell her I talked about her. It would not turn out well." And then there's my car. The wonderful guys that work on it said, after the 3rd time in for the same problem, "We've never seen anything like this." So we Googled it, and we learned more about the issue. Would you mind coming back in about 500 miles so we could take a look at it? I am now a project to study. This also happens in relationships. When you get in them, you have certain expectations, or at least I do, to a certain extent. There's a large amount of risk, and if you're lucky, all normalcy dissipates. "You did what? Is that legal? You're what? You're not sure of which side of the road you're driving?" If you know what I mean. "I'm sorry, did you say you were becoming a priest?" Believe me, you want me on your side when you have certain situations happen to you. I'm incredibly open-minded and very supportive most of the time. Again, I say because what else can I say? Are you kidding me? I am fairly certain that when I call with an issue, there will be a new recording. Instead of "your call may be monitored for quality assurance purposes," it will say, "You bet your ass this call will not only be monitored, but there will be live simulcast." I am so used to these now, no matter where I am or what situation it is. I have learned to take a deep breath and realize that I am here to, number 1, provide opportunity for learning moments. Number 2, to be vulnerable. And number 3, learn patience and have an incredible sense of humor. And I'm looking at these situations, along with many others, with the philosophy of life as a puzzle, a conundrum, full of anomalies and normalcy, and should be treated with the utmost patience. Miles and miles of runs, hours of yoga, lots of bottles of wine with lots of friends, prayer, 80s alternative music, and most of all, an incredibly huge warped sense of humor. This I know I have, thank God, because I chose to do this, and I'm on this stage because public therapy rocks. And thank you, and don't live normal. It's not as exciting. Thank you.